KPRC 2 Sports Director Randy McIlvoy. We are live in Kansas City. We're at Kansas City live with a bunch of Cougar fans right here. They are ready for game night here at the Sweet 16. University of Houston set to take on Miami in the Sweet 16. Giovanni Luna, my photographer, spin around to show everybody where we are. This is called Kansas City Live. We are right across the street from T-Mobile Center where they're going to play these games tonight. The fans are starting to roll in. A lot of Cougar fans. We've got a few Longhorn fans, right? Just a few, right? We've got a few Miami fans. Xavier fans are here as well. We're going to be with you for the next got some
I lost FP.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Y'all got me now?
Yep, now we got
All
you.
right, we're back now. We're back live. Hey, it's streaming live TV, folks. Hey, this is Paul Pettit, a former U of H cheerleader. He created a chant we all know, Whose House? Coogs House.
That's right.
You came up with that, and how big is it right now?
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, it's great. It's great to be traveling around, catching these NCAA tournaments, just representing, telling everyone about how good we are. So, yeah, we want to come into every place and we want to win. So I always say, whose house? Coogs House.
All right, so it's really developed now into something big.
Yeah.
Do you have to kind of spark them on how to do it properly?
Oh, they got it. They got it. It's a tradition now. They've been doing it forever, so it's been good.
All right, so what's this mean here at the Sweet 16? You got a U of H team that's 2 wins away from maybe going to the Final Four.
Oh, awesome. And it's in Houston. There's going to be so much support. We're going to love to have we'll take all the people out to support Houston. Yeah, so come on out, Final Four.
Do a Whose House, Coogs House. Get them going, dude.
All right, whose house? Whose house? Whose house? Whose house? Whose house? Whose house?
Hey, great stuff, Paul. Great to meet you, man. And take care of business, and we're going to do more with you, I think, next week leading up to the Final
definitely.
Four.
Awesome.
All right,
appreciate it, yeah.
Paul Pettit, former U of H cheerleader, the creator, pretty cool, of the Whose House, Coogs House, the big chant everybody knows well. All right, I want to bring in now, if we can, KPRC 2 Sports, Ari Alexander. Ari's back in the studio in Houston to continue our H-Town coverage. Ari, quite the scene here. KC Live is going to be rocking over the next hour. These fans are going to be flocking in here. They're already showing up, having a good time.
Yeah, it looks fun out there. Although I was promised yesterday that you would be in Flavortown, so point me to Guy Fieri's place. Where is it from where you are right now?
We're actually, this is what it is. We're right in front of it right here. Take a look at the sign. This is
the
Guy Fieri's place. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, we're just the
I got so excited I just dropped
that,
my earpiece. Give me a sec here. I'm all about Flavortown and Guy Fieri there. So I'm going to hear you in about 2 seconds. There we go. Get you plugged back in there.
Hey, yeah, we can't. We're not allowed live inside. It's one of those corporate things. I gotta personally talk to Guy Fieri about this.
All right, we're gonna have to make some calls to Guy to make sure we can get in there.
Yeah, the Cougs fans came out. We'll get them back here. Chuck Arnold. Chuck, you got to come on real fast. Hold on 1 second, Ari. Chuck Arnold's helped putting this on. The fans are here. We hope to get these fans back out maybe in about 10 minutes if that's doable.
Yeah, we'll have about 250, almost 300 fans out here by the time we get close to game time.
So this is the party. Goes on for another, a couple hours?
Yeah, till 5:30, and then we'll all make our way over to the stadium.
Right across the street, man. This is really handy here in Kansas City. But we appreciate your help organizing it yesterday for our stream show and this one as well. But we'll get these fans back out in about 10 minutes if that's possible.
Sounds great.
Great. Go Cougs. All right. Hey, Ari, let's talk about this game, man. 6:15 tip. You and I were talking about this yesterday. Miami, you look at the analytics out there, that are out there as of this morning, and there's like a 90% chance U of H is going to win this game. I don't know. I mean, I think they're going to win, but I don't know how you can go that high when it's March Madness. We're seeing all these upsets right now.
Yeah, and it's tough to determine. It's also based on which team takes control of the pace, because Miami likes to run. Houston is very, very slow. If Houston does what they do and they grind you down and they slow down your possessions in the half court, then yeah, Miami's going to have trouble. But if Miami can get out and run, Houston missing shots in transition, that's where I think it sets up a chance for them to play stronger than they look. They've got 2 impressive wins so far in this tournament. They beat a Drake team that was really a darling of analytics to be that 12-5 upset. They weren't able to do it. Miami beat an Indiana team who's got some good scorers on that team, who battled in a tough Big Ten, and they were able to get through and pull the 5-4 upset and get into the Sweet 16. So I think it's tough to overlook the Miami Hurricanes, although Houston is the 1 seed. They are the better team. They really should be favored in this game, but I think Miami can give them a test if they can push the pace.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be a good game. If we have some video of the Cougars working out, let us know when that's up, guys, before we get to the sound. Cougars were here yesterday with the official practice. And, Ari, I can tell you, man, you wouldn't think it was the Sweet 16. I mean, it looked like these guys were getting ready to play another conference game. Just their demeanor. They were very relaxed. They were joking around with one another, let alone they were on the big stage inside of T-Mobile Center with a big game coming up tonight. Very relaxed basketball team yesterday.
Yeah, and I think it helps having those days off in between, that you didn't get bounced from the tournament early, because it is hard to be that 1 seed. Look what happened to Purdue. Look what happened to Virginia, 4 seed, Arizona, 2 seed. You can go into these games against the lesser teams a little tight, and the Cougars did. They struggled with Northern Kentucky for a bit of the game. They struggled with Auburn for a half of basketball, and they were able to come out. And so now I think that pressure is off a little bit. You made the Sweet 16. You've got a couple wins in the tournament. Now you know what you need to do is just get these 2 more wins, and you didn't blow it early in this tournament. So I feel some of that relaxation comes from the fact that they're no longer as tight, knowing that you can't get knocked out early in the tournament because you made it this far.
All right, let's listen in now. We had some media availability. First, the podium yesterday, I believe it begins with J1 Roberts. Take a look at that.
I love these guys, and I know they love me, and that's just how he is, as a family, on and off the court. So we're just going to ride this wave out, as long as we can, and just stay together.
Coach Sampson gives his all every day for us, so I just think it's only right for us to give our all for him and all the things he's been through, all the things he's done for us throughout the season. It's only right that we continue to go out and play hard for him.
We're taking it game by game, 1 game at a time. Really try not to worry about it too much. Just really be where your feet are. And, we got 2 more games, but, we really don't even look at it like that. We just look at the next game. And if you handle business, next thing you know, you'll be where you want to be.
Last year had 4 seniors that were a big part of who we were. We lost those 4 seniors. Now we had to start over. 2 kids were coming off major surgeries, and Shimon Marcus Sasser. And then we brought a kid that came off the bench last year, J1 Roberts. Then we had 3 freshmen, Jairus Walker, Emmanuel Sharp, and Terrence Arsona. Kind of threw them together, mixed them up with Reggie Chaney, a little dose of Javier Francis. And we developed we became a good team. One of the things this team learned to do along the way was how to win. Everybody wants to win, but how are you going to win? And once we figured that out, our leadership took over.
All right, those were some comments at the podium yesterday when the U of H Cougars met with the regional, national, and some of us local media here in Kansas City. Ari, I like what I'm hearing out of these guys. These guys are laser focused, ready for this game tonight. They appear to be healthy, and the good news yesterday, as you and I talked yesterday, Marcus Sasser says he's improving, and he puts himself at about 90% right now for tonight's game against Miami. That's a good sign for the Cougs.
Yeah, it is pretty good considering last week he was saying he was at 60%, and we were all very worried about the prospect of re-injury or if he takes a step wrong. 90% sounds pretty good. I sort of trust Marcus Sasser when he's talking about himself, because it seems like he's honest. 60% isn't a lot. So if he's honest enough to say, hey, I'm not good right now, my leg hurts, but I'm going to grind through it, versus what he's saying now is like, hey, I've got 4 or 5 days off, I'm feeling better, it's better. That's good to see. Jamal Shed getting a little bit of a break off that hyperextended knee. It feels like the Cougars are just a little bit more healthy than they were through those first 2 games.
All right, let's listen in now. I believe we've got somebody interview with Jairus Walker. He was talking inside the Cougars locker room yesterday. Walker having a phenomenal season as a true freshman in this U of A's program. The NBA is calling, but right now it's all about March Madness and hopefully helping bring a national championship to U of A. Here's Jairus Walker.
Has this moment sunk in? I mean, you guys are a step closer, but you guys are staying grounded too. Is that coming straight from coach and the staff that just locked in on what's ahead of you with Miami?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, we know that we just got to take it one game at a time. And I mean, if we don't, like, our season will be over. So, I mean, I feel like we're all kind of locked in as a team, just knowing what the main goal is.
What did you guys learn about yourself as a club that maybe you didn't know already, just in that Auburn game, between the first half and then what y'all were able to do in that second half?
I mean, I feel like it wasn't anything we learned. It's just kind of something we brought out. I mean, just our effort, our energy, our defensive intensity. It's something we could do for 40 minutes, but we just got to lock into the team and just be able to get that done.
What thoughts on Miami facing these guys? Everybody's playing well right now, so it's respect across the board, I know, for everybody.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they got 5 people who are out there. I mean, on offense, they have some pretty good defenders as well. So we know we just got to keep the ball in front of us, guard their actions, and then just be ready to guard the ball as well.
What do you think some of the main keys are for you guys to play Cougar ball?
I would say just us being ourselves, just defending, rebounding, and then just how to guard them. I would say just contain the dribble, just keep them out the paint, just make them take contested jump shots.
Lastly, you decided to play at Houston for moments like this, didn't you? And you knew you'd be in a situation like this.
Yeah, most definitely, especially coming back to a team that just came from the Elite 8 the previous year. So, I mean, I knew I was coming to a winning program with a winning coach who knows what he's doing with his players. So, I mean, that's why I came here.
Good interview there, Ari, with Jairus Walker. He's ready to go. He's feeling good, and that's been the hot topic. The NBA's coming up next. Everybody knows that. He's a consensus, maybe top 5, if not probably top 10 pick. But he definitely knows he came to Houston to win a national championship. Right now, they still got a chance of doing that.
Yeah, and there's a lot of attention on Jairus Walker for good reason. He has been rising up draft boards. He's a guy that when you first saw some of those early draft boards, beginning of the year, was at like 12, 13, 11. I've seen him now as high as 5. The Athletic seems to really like him. We'll see what he does pre-draft. You know, the representation matters and what he does, obviously, in these next couple of games if Houston is able to make it that far. But a big reason that they've made it this far, so far, is their leader on the floor, and that is not Marcus Sasser. That is not Jairus Walker. It is an extension of the coaching staff and a guy who's probably one of the more underrated players in all of college basketball, Jamal Shed.
Well, he's the best defensive guard in college basketball. He affects the game. He's not afraid of the moment.
Jamal Shed, top of the arc with 3. Shed, the jumper for the win. It's good!
He is their, I think in many ways, their heart and their soul.
Some big praise from one of the big names in college basketball. Houston Cougars' Jamal Shed, a coach's dream on both ends of the floor.
He's got awesome physical gifts. It starts there. But Jamal's the smartest player in college basketball. There's, you know, I've been knowing that kid since he was 15 years old. His intelligence is through the roof. That's what makes him the best, is he can process something upstairs, and then he's got the physical gifts to execute it downstairs.
For Jamal, his influence is just as important as his intangibles, and the Houston Cougar point guard wouldn't want it any other way.
Like, Jamal is basically our leader. I mean, we kind of follow as he goes, go as he goes. When he's playing hard, I feel like that's when we're at our best, and we just follow him. So the way he plays is basically the way the team plays.
It's kind of an honor. It gives me something to take pride in every game, you know, just getting us started the right way. And if we don't, then I take full responsibility of that.
A responsibility he hopes leads to a Final Four berth here in Houston. With the Cougars, Chancellor Johnson, KPRC, 2 Sports.
Yeah, Chancellor Johnson tracking the Cougs back in Birmingham and also back here in Houston in between rounds, talking about how much Jamal Shead not only means to this team, but how important he is throughout college basketball. But Randy, there are some younger guys on this team who have really taken steps forward in this tournament.
Really have. I mean, we talk about Jairus Walker. Another guy you got to go throw out there is Emmanuel Sharp. He's had a really nice season stepping into this U of H program. He's getting quality minutes for Kelvin Sampson. And also, how about the kid out of Beaumont, just down the road a couple hours from Beaumont United, Terrence Arsona. In fact, he started a game in the conference tournament when Sasser was injured. They could count on him as well. Here's part of my interview with Terrence Arsona.
All right, Terrence, man, this is another step on the journey. How are you guys staying grounded, staying locked in, and not looking ahead too much here?
I think Coach is helping us with that a lot, you know. He always told us it's not about the future, it's about the game right in front of us. So, you know, we got to get through this game first before we look at the future. So Coach has been helping us with that, definitely. But we all know the goal. We want to win the national championship, but we know we got to take it one step at a time. So we just all locked in on Miami right now. So
what did you guys learn about yourselves that maybe you didn't know in that game against Auburn, because you guys came out ready to roll in that second half?
Right. You know, we learned a lot, you know, because normally we're not really down at the second half, but, you know, we just learned to fight, keep fighting. The game's not over, you know. That's our culture, you know. You got to keep fighting even if you're down. You know, we still knew we had 20 more minutes left, so we just kept fighting and just fought as a team. So, what has this season meant for you as a player, development, playing such a big role on this team? It means a lot, you know, because I know Coach Sam normally didn't play a lot of freshmen, so just to know that he trusts me like that and let me get the experience and the confidence to just grow as a player means a lot to me. So, thoughts on Miami? What have y'all learned about them in the short time you've had to prepare here? They're a great team. You know, we know they're a good offensive team and good rebounding team. So we know we just got to lock in and do the things that we was taught during the off season and just apply it to this game and, you know, just play them like how good they are. So. Big time environment. It keeps getting bigger. How do y'all kind of zone that out and just lock in on what's on the floor there? We just trust each other, you know, look at each other, get the confidence from each other. There's fans that's going to be there that's supporting us. You know, they all help us, and we just lock in and know what our goal is to win. So, when you decided to play for Coach Sampson, U of H, is this what you envisioned to be in games and situations like this? Oh yeah, yes sir, definitely. You know, he's a winning coach, so I knew if I come here we'll be going deep into the tournament like we are. So now we just got to keep going. So.
All right, good interview there with Terrence Arsona. Ari, he's going to get some minutes tonight. They need him to step up, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They need the younger guys to step up. They'll need everyone tonight, although Houston, a 7.5-point favorite tonight against Miami. They are the early game. I want to quickly mention the Texas Longhorns. They're the late game, only a 4.5-point favorite over Sean Miller and the Xavier Musketeers, setting up a potential Houston versus Texas matchup in the Elite Eight. It could happen, Randy.
Yeah. I would love for that to happen. I know these fans would too. But, hey, all right, great stuff there. We'll talk to you here in a little while over the air as well. I'll wrap it up here from Kansas City. Kansas City Live. Are y'all ready for some basketball tonight? We're going to win tonight, baby. It's our game. All right. Hey, that's going to do it from KC Live across the street from T-Mobile Center with these Cougar fans. They're ready for basketball tonight in the Sweet 16. The Cougars and Miami. Continued coverage as well on clip2houston.com. And, of course, over the air, I'll be live here again at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock as well. For now, so long from Kansas City.